What's up, Stanks? It's your boy Quan here. I'm back with another video. I hope the lighting is good. Like, do I sound low? So, in this video, I might be a little discombobulated and all over the place, fidgeting around. But it's because I'm really like, if y'all hear my mama, please ignore that because y'all know she's naturally loud and nobody don't ever be able to get a word out. Let me scoot up some, but I got my notes, so if I'm looking down, it's just like everything that I want to add in this video. So in this video, I'm basically talking about where have I been these last few months. So for the last few months, I have actually been in a relationship, which is hard to believe because y'all like me with a nigga? Like, you got a boyfriend, really? Yes, girl, I had a boyfriend. Emphasis on had, I had a boyfriend. So, I don't know what I'm gonna title this video. I think it's gonna be like a mental health check part 3 because y'all know I did the first 2, the first one in college and the other one in college, but it was like actually around the time I was gonna leave. And if I'm speaking too fast, I'm just trying to get everything out because I don't want this video to be strung along for too long. So, I'm just gonna get into it. Keep in mind, this video isn't to bash anybody. It's just me speaking my truth. Like, I have a lot of friends that's asking me, what happened? What happened? What happened? And it's just like, I can't short answer this to them. Like, I can't just be like, he don't want me no more. Like, cause just like, why not? And it's just like, I don't even know how to put it. Cause just like, I don't even know myself. Like, but I don't even know if it's like, how to even like, cause I was just adding notes yesterday. And I don't know if it's like, y'all still got the iconic iPad. But if I, in this video, start getting a little emotional or like looking a little emotional, please ignore that because, you know, I'm still through the phase of like, because keep in mind, this happened just literally like yesterday that I just got dumped. So it's just like, I'm here to like, just open the air and just like, I feel like talking about it would actually like be able to let me just like get over it. And it's just like when I talk to other people, I kind of get bombarded and then they just talk over me and it's just like, I don't really be able to like express fully what I gotta say. So, look at me shaking the camera already, but I'm finna get into it. If it's all over the place, it's just because I added bullet points and there's nothing really, like, it's a lot to say, but it's crazy how I had all this shit in my mind when I was just in the shower or like when I was thinking about it yesterday about me doing a video. And I was just like, damn, my mind is blank. But let me just start it off like this. So we met early this year on Tinder. Yeah, I was on Tinder, y'all. So we met on Tinder, and around the first like glance, we was talking, we was on FaceTime. We was talking, we was texting on Tinder, and then we ended up exchanging numbers, and we ended up getting on FaceTime. Around that time, we first got on FaceTime, and we was like on Tinder shit. I was still back in college, and he FaceTimed me. He was back living in his apartment. Is that too much information about him? Well, y'all know who it is, but it's just I don't want to expose his business. But he was like, basically like, he was back in his apartment. We was on FaceTime, and he was like, we were just talking and you know, just chatting up, getting to know each other. He was giving me a lot of advice. One second, y'all. I gotta tell mama. Yeah, I'm back. But yeah, so we was first talking and texting. And around that time, I knew he was like an intellect, like, cause he used to always give me advice. He was telling me stuff, like, he was just like, cause me, y'all know how I am before I first meet somebody. I'm really sheltered. I don't really tell much about myself. I just give surface level stuff. So I don't really tell much. And it's just like, I'm really like, honestly, I like try to ease out of my box, like slowly and slowly. I tell you stuff about myself, you know. But with him, he was like really like open, and I don't know what it is about me, but it's like people automatically just like, as soon as they start talking to me, they you know, ready to just throw all this stuff on me. They tell me what it is. They tell me about their life. They tell me about their family. They tell me about stuff like that. So I just be like, okay, you know, I guess it's just something about my personality that like makes people feel open and able to express to me. So yeah, so basically we was just like chatting and talking it up, and we talked for like a week and some change. Keep in mind, this was like early around, what month was that? I think it was like late December. Keep in mind, it was like early, like, I mean, not late December, late January. Like, this was around the beginning of the year. So we was talking, and then after a while, we just stopped, like, no, okay, I can't just go from there to there. So we was texting, and then, like, when he would text me, I ain't gonna lie, I was talking to, like, several people at the same time around then, so I wasn't really feeling him for real. So I was just like, you know, he would text me, I would text him back. It was like surface level. So I was he like, "Bill, what you doing?" I'd be like, "Nothing, smoking, chilling, like just sitting here laying in my room, just chilling, cause that's all I be doing." Like, what he, but like I was just like smoking, chilling, like I was just, you know. So then he just stopped. I realized he had told me like down the line that he stopped talking to me because like it seemed like I wasn't really showing him any interest and like I didn't really like him for real. But I was really just giving him answers to his question. But I ain't gonna lie, I was talking to a lot of people. So when you talk to a lot of people, you have people that's like, this can be my favorite. Like I like him more than I like him. I want to talk to him more than I want to talk to him. So it was kind of like a thing of that. Like I kind of want to talk to other people more than I want to talk to him. So we started back talking down the line in like I think like March or something. Like we just started back talking, and then we were just texting again, you know, reconnecting, just talking. We was like, "Where you been?" Like he was just basically telling me that he stopped talking to me because I seemed like I didn't really want to talk to him for real. So he just said he stopped. God damn this hell. He was just like he just stopped talking to me because it just seemed like I wasn't interested. So so the first time we actually met, because keep in mind he lives in a whole different city in Georgia, so we don't live by each other. He stayed like a few hours, like an hour and some change away. So the first time he actually came to see me, he was actually going to see his friends because his friends stay by me. So he had came to see me because we moved in our new house by then. So I was like living back at home. So he came to see me, and he had came to my house, and he was really nervous and shy at first, like, and I was too because you know we was both nervous. We was just both trying to break the ice. We was both meeting each other in person. So we was playing little icebreaker games, getting to know each other, meeting each other, talking. And keep in mind, we was already FaceTiming and stuff too. So it was like we knew each other, but we didn't really like, you know, you got to actually meet somebody to know them. So around that time, keep in mind, this was April 22nd. By this time, this was April 22nd. I'm good with dates. Y'all know this. It was April 22nd when he first came and seen me 4 days after my birthday. So, we met each other, we chopped it up, we was good, and then from the jump he let me know that he don't just talk to people, he talks to people in hopes of actually building like a relationship and like talking to people and getting with them. And I was like, okay, you know, I'm down for anything. I'd never been in a relationship before, so I was like open to the possibility of actually being in one. So then he came back the next day, April 23rd, because it was that Sunday. And he was like, basically, before he was leaving out, we was talking some more, basically seeing where we was going with this, like actually where we would go. And we was both open to the possibility of a relationship. So after he left, we still texting. We talked 25/8 all on the phone every day. FaceTime, wake up, went to sleep together on the phone, literally. So it's just like there wasn't a second of the day really where we wasn't talking. Like that's how our bond grew so quickly because we was talking 25/8. Like literally, we'll wake up, breathe the same air. Like we was literally all each other thought about. Like I was literally like disconnected from my family and everything for him. Like I just became a whole different person. So around May 6th, he came back again the next weekend. I think that's the next weekend, but I just know it was like May 6th, May 7th. So he came around. It was May 6th. He came in. That's when he like was he fully met my brothers, and they chopped it up. They was cool. They was chatting. They was talking. But from the beginning, they could tell he was like distant. Like he was like really surface level. He wasn't really trying to get in too deep with my family. He was just trying to like basically be under me 25/8. And when I'm in a relationship, I don't really like that because I just want you to connect with everybody that I connect with because it's just like we all gonna end up having to connect in the long run. Like, you know, we all gonna have to like collaborate and be cool with each other because we have to like have that bond with our families because of each other. Because if I don't like your family, then in the end it's gonna be a problem. Or if you don't like my family, then it's gonna be a problem. So okay, so keep in mind, May 6th go by, we go out, he take us go get some food, everything, because I didn't have a car around here. Y'all, I got a car now. I got a car. But, but no, May 7th, it was like around 12 o'clock in the morning. May 6th night, it had turned to May 7th. It was like 12 o'clock. We was talking, and he was just like, but keep in mind, I had already had the idea that we was already talking and like leading into being in a relationship. But he said he wanted to actually ask me. So May 7th, he asked me, do I want to go out with him? I said, sure. Like I definitely like want to be in a relationship with you. You seem cool. You're honest. You're like, you got your head on straight. You basically seem like you know what you're doing in life. Like, and his personality type, he was very much the intellectual type, which sometimes kind of blew me because it's just like he was like gonna smart his way out of everything. Like he didn't never like it. That's I think another reason why he say that our relationship didn't work, because we was too different. Like I'm more like, you know, I'm more surface level, while he's dive deeply, and like he's really deep in tune with his knowing himself, knowing his personality, knowing what he like, knowing like everything. I'm not really like that sure about myself yet, because I'm still working. It's a process every day. I'm trying to figure out who I am. So yeah, we first get in a relationship May 7th. So after that, we still talking every day, bonding, you know, bonding, getting to that level, talking. We get getting really close. So then at first, when he used to come around, this man used to always be all over me. Like literally, I could never breathe. Like he was always touching all on me, always rubbing me, always like just. I never had any time to like. Sometimes I used to get like bombarded by it. Like I used to tell my friends in the early stage, "Damn, this nigga all up on me. Like I need some space because this shit really starting to blow me." But I was at that point, like. Cause I have never really been in a relationship, so I didn't really have people touch all on me for it, and I didn't really like that because just like I wasn't like familiar with it. So as I was like getting a little turned off by the fact he used to always touch on me, it was just like, you know, you have to deal with that because you're in a relationship and you're gonna get touched. So I actually like I learned to like accept that and be like, you know, okay with it. So then yeah, the relationship going good. We chatting every day, we talking. Then our first little disagreement. We had one little disagreement because one day I ended up saying, let's go to my friend like little kickback at her house. We're gonna get drunk because he loved to drink. So we're gonna get drunk. We're gonna have like games. It's gonna be like a little game night. So it's like a little event. Like we can all hang out. Like it's gonna be fun. So he was like, okay, let's go. Like keep in mind, like the whole weekend, the whole week before, we sit here talking about, so we finna be so lit. We finna have so fun. We finna have so much fun. We finna have a ball. So I'm just like, okay, shit, I'm ready. Like I'm excited. So then the time comes like that weekend. It's that Saturday. We go. It's me, him, John, and D. So we all go to the mall, and when we get there, he's really like standoffish against everybody. Everybody's peeping his vibe. Everybody's like noticing like he's not talking to nobody, and he just seemed like he just didn't want to be there. So everybody coming up to me asking like, what's wrong? And I'm just like, I don't know. Like that's a whole different person. I don't know what's wrong with him. Like that's when I first learned that when I was first getting signs that he didn't want to be around nobody but me. So, and it's kind of crazy because like if it's not his way, it's no way. Like if it's like to come to him, if he don't want to do nothing, he is not gonna do it. He's not gonna sacrifice the fact that we're in a relationship and do something that he don't want to do. Like I did a lot of sacrifices and doing stuff that I didn't want to do because I knew in a relationship you gotta make sacrifices. When it came to him, he's so in depth with himself. He like, if I don't want to do it, I'm not gonna do it. If my mama asks me to do something and I don't want to do it, I'm not gonna do it. If like, and that's not right. Like I just feel like, cause he would tell me sometimes, like I'd be like, I gotta go do something. I gotta do something. He'd be like, but do you want to do it? I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. But you know, you gotta do it because it's just like that's your mama. You gotta do like, not that you gotta do it, but it's just like she's done for me, so why not be able to do these little things for her, you know? So he's really like in depth. Look at me back there. He's really in depth with the idea of like, if he don't want to do shit, he's not gonna do it. So back to the move. So he's sitting there being standoffish. Everybody asking me. So he ended up getting up and keep in mind, I was trying to get him to drink the whole time. Like I'm sitting here like, come on, just get a little shot. We can like. He drank one cup, and then he was like, you know, I got a job, and I was like, well, D said he'll drive so you can drink, so you don't have to worry about it. So he didn't want to do the job or nothing. So then he wasn't drinking. He was just sitting there looking crazy, like. So then all of a sudden he just get up and he just leave out. He was texting me. He like his anxiety getting bad. Honestly, I thought, cause you know people be like, I got anxiety. Like people say that as like a joke. Like you know people say that as like not to joke on anxiety, but people say that to like people say that. So then he was just like, my anxiety getting bad and this is becoming too much. So he went outside and got in the car. So I was just like, okay. I'm like I'm begging him like, come back, like come on, we can drink, we can have fun, like this is have fun. Keep in mind this is our first time actually going out to something together, like event with other people. So I'm trying to like I'm really feeling him out. I'm like learning this at the same time. Yes, like I'm learning about how he is the same time about everybody else is learning his. So I'm sitting here like everybody asks me what's wrong with him. I'm like, I don't know. Like I'm sitting in this bitch just confused as everybody else. So as we seen this, he leave out the house and go sit in the car. So I'm sitting here thinking he just outside sitting in the car. He don't left. He don't went to his friend's house in Douglasville, and I'm just like, what if we went out? What if we went out and was actually ready to go, and we went outside because we rode with him, and he was gone, and we was just like, damn, he just left. So he came back. He said he came back from his friend's house in Douglasville because I ain't gonna lie, we wasn't there for a long time, but it's because it's a move and we was having fun. So, and he was like, don't worry about it. Y'all don't have to leave. Y'all don't have to leave. But he was like, y'all don't have to leave. Just have fun. Just have fun. So I'm just like, okay, we having fun. So keep in mind, he said he went outside. He went to sleep, did all that. So, yada, yada, yada. Fast forward. That was the first incident where like we had a disconnect in around that like time. Around that time, I felt like a little something. Like it felt like it was like weird because he was just being like really, he was like being really different. Like he was just like, I never seen that side of him. He was being kind of mean to me. So I was just like, oh damn, like is this really what I'm gonna be dealing with in a relationship? Like if I'm like, and then me, it was like, keep in mind, we never had a real argument in a relationship. It was never an argument. It was just like small minor disagreements that we'll talk over, we'll work it out, and it'll be over with. And we was just working, we was working it out. So y'all, I'm so distracted. Dean, I'm texting me, and it's just like, ugh, my mind is so scrambled, and it's just killing me. So, and y'all, this is like a trauma response. Like I don't know, it's just like I just touch my hair because it's just like I don't know. But basically, that was the first incident where it was just like we had like a little thing with my friends, and he was just being like really disconnected and being real weird. And then we had our first disconnect, and we had our first little so-called quote unquote disagreement. So keep in mind, of course in a relationship you have sex, like that's law. So we would do it before. I ain't gonna lie, before I wasn't really like, I was sexually active, but every time I have a new partner, it takes me time to warm up to like taking a, oh God, it's so explicit, to taking a, so it's just like, it takes time to warm up, and like I need like, I have to get comfortable because it's just hard. It's not easy for me. Like I don't know how some people just like come in there and they meet a new person and they them, because no, I have to have time to get comfortable with you. I have to know what you are. I mean, know what you like, because that, if I'm not turned on by you, it's not gonna work. Like I'm not gonna be able to take it. Like it's not going in. So the first few times of us having intercourse, it was mostly like him trying to like get it in. So around that time, it was more intimate then. Like it was more intimacy then because we used to kiss. We used to like, if y'all know what this means, I am managed, but no, like we used to like kiss, and it was more intimate then because like, and keep in mind, I'm gonna have to come back to this point, but like we like used to kiss. It used to be so like more intimate then because it was just the fact of, I don't know, I guess it was new, it was fresh. We was just learning each other's bodies, we was learning each other sexually, so we were just learning each other. So that happened with the move, and he was like, that was our first little thing. So we had that little argument, and with a little disagreement, it was never an argument because I feel like arguments are different than disagreement. It's more deeper and it's more in depth. So that happened, and shit. Ever since then, I had like been noticing a disconnect. Like after that happened, I could just tell like, And keep in mind, we would like playing, like he would like playing the moves. Like if he would come down here, he would most of the time playing the moves. I get from that. Like, and we've only been to like a few dates. Like the first date we went to like a drive-in movie. The second time we went, well damn, we actually, now I'm thinking about it, he didn't really plan much. But like, okay, so we went to a drive-in movie. So that was like our first date. Like that was our first date. We went to a drive-in movie. And I had been wanting to go to a drive-in movie as a date, so I was really excited. Like I was happy as hell. And it's just like every time we went out, it was like a little something that happened. Like it was like a little disconnect where we were like, I'll kind of be standoffish this time, but then we'll get over it. Like, and I feel like in a relationship, you have to like go through those little times where you get a little disconnected and you get over it. So we disconnecting, but we like actually trying to get back together. We bonding, and we trying to like work it out. So around that time, we was just like basically working stuff out. Like we was just make sure that we could come back and work it out. So then, keep in mind around these times, like he would come over my house because he would come every weekend because you know he lived in a whole different city, so an hour away. So through the week, I wouldn't see him. Over the weekend, I would see him. So over the weekend, he'd come and we'll be in my room, which I really like. I've never been an in my room type of person, especially after like not seeing my brothers for literally like y'all know about the house situation. So I hadn't seen them in a while. So I like to be, it could be out drinking, smoking, having fun with them. So he would be here, but he would like, instead of coming out of the room, he didn't really want to come out the room and collaborate and drink like he likes to do and have fun with us. He would just want to sit in the room. And at first, it used to be a little issue at first because I would leave out and hang out with my brothers while he was in here. And I was just like, okay, I get what that's wrong. So I actually changed that and I became more in the room and actually like doing what he wanted me to do by actually staying in and like actually like, since he coming down here to see me, I might as well just stay in. But it's kind of like a hit or miss because keep in mind, he come on the weekends. My brothers don't work on the weekends. So it's just like, when do I actually have time to like mix the thing too, like actually drink and have fun with them and actually like come out and hang with him. So I was trying to like please everybody because I'm just one person. So so all this happening, he don't like coming out, and I'm sitting here like, why is he doing me like this? Because keep in mind, I've never met his folks. Like I never met his friends. But if it was me on the other hand, I would never like do him the way he did me. Like if I was meeting his friends, I wouldn't be there like this the whole time. Like I'll be collaborating, I'll be like being nice to people. I'll be like actually trying to not form bonds, but you know, like not be standoffish and make it seem like I don't want to talk to nobody. And if it was like I was with his folks, I would be like, you know, collaborating with his people because in the end, you have to. If you're gonna be in a relationship with somebody, you have to know their folks. Like that's just law. So so he didn't really want to be like none of this. So I'm just giving y'all a background because the real juicy stuff about a relationship ain't even really happened. Like I need to give y'all a background of what happened. So we had just little disagreements about the same thing. Like it was just like about him not want to come out, and honestly he would tell me my flaws. Like he was quick to like tell me what I was doing that he didn't like. Like he was like but when we used to kiss, I'm a really passionate, like, in-depth kisser. Like, when I'm kissing you, bitch, I'm gonna kiss you. Like, I'm gonna be like, bitch, I'm gonna kiss you. I'm gonna suck your lips. I'm gonna do everything. Like, cause, bitch, when I'm kissing, I'm in that shit. Like, so, but he was like, I kiss too hard or whatever. Like, I kiss too hard. Like, I guess I be sucking his lips too hard or something like that. So I changed that. And ever since then, I could feel the intimacy lack. Like, he was like, and he pointed that out. He was like, in a relationship, he was like, that was like one of the reasons like he broke up with me. He was like, he felt like the intimacy was lacking. And I'm saying, think about it, that's when I felt like the intimacy started lacking on my end. Like ever since like I had like, it's just like the kissing part is like it starts it off. So I just feel like when we would kiss, it just felt like I was trying to keep up with his speed. Like before, when I was like, you know, before he told me that, I was actually like in it. I was kissing him, like I was actually feeling it. And now it's just like, I was basically just like, cause I didn't want to so-called hurt his lips. So I'm sitting here like, little pecks. I'm barely doing shit. Like, it's like, I'm not in delve with it. Like, and it's crazy because now I'm sitting here thinking about it. No other person that I've kissed has told me anything wrong with my kissing. So it's just like, what the fuck is going on? But, so he was like, that was an issue. Like, that was an ick of mine that he pointed out. Keep the word ick in mind. So let me start with the notes. So I just want to start. Okay, so basically he broke up with me. Like he broke up with me straight up. Like, okay, now I can get into the story. Damn. Okay, so around 2 days ago, like the day before yesterday, he texted me and he was like, because he was at work around the time. He hung up because he go to work every morning. He go to the gym. He go to work. So he texted me. He was like, we gonna have a deep talk when I get off work. And I was like, okay, cause like I was like, okay, cool, that's fine. I love our deep talks because when we have our deep talk, it's usually like we discuss our feelings and we work through it. So it's just like, okay, it just shows that we can work through it as a couple. So I was really like looking forward to a deep talk because I honestly like talking to him on a deeper, non-surface level. Because when we'd be on the FaceTime calls and stuff, I sometimes feel like I was like kind of like trying to just make little points to get his attention. Like we'd be on FaceTime and he wouldn't really like say nothing, honestly. Like he'd just be sitting there and I'd be like, soap about that weather, about the next game. Like, bitch, I was just trying to get his attention. He really wouldn't like say nothing. Like he really wouldn't like, it was just basically me trying to get his attention most of the time. He wouldn't like I would try to play games with him. He'll rather play games with his friends than actually play the game with me. So I was just like, okay, like I really never said nothing because just like I didn't want it to be no issue. I'm like very much a peacekeeper, so I would just hold my tongue. So 2 days ago, he told me about the deep talk. He said we have to have a deep talk. So he usually get off at like 6 something. So I was expecting him at 6, but he said he got to do something with his friend. He had to go to his friend's house because his friends invited him to hang out. Another point, he loved the hell out of his friends. And I can't blame him because he know his friends before he knew me. So I can't sit here and be like, no, I don't want you to hang out with your friends. Because what kind of bitch would I be to be like, no, don't hang out with your friends, talk to me. Because he even know his friends before me. And I'm not going to stand in between that relationship between them. Because who am I? Even though I was his man, but he was, I ain't gonna stand in front of that. So I was just like, okay, go have fun. I'll be waiting here to talk. So he didn't get home until like 11 o'clock. He didn't call me until like 11. So he called me and he basically told me like, I feel like the relationship has been like spiraling. I feel like the intimacy has been lacking. I feel like we just have too much differences. We're mismatched. Like there's too many things about you that I feel like your personality that I really like don't like. And I'm sitting here in my mind like, I'm really scrambling for thoughts around the time. I'm sitting here like, so I was just like, I didn't really know what to say around the time. Like I couldn't even talk because it was hitting me out of nowhere. Like I noticed the icks and I noticed how, because at first, keep in mind, he was really touchy-feely over me. He never would stop touching me. He was always over me. And I noticed he stopped being like that. Like he wasn't really touching me like that no more. Like, and when I mean touch me, I don't mean like having sex. I mean like just like he's just randomly just touch on me, pinch me, like do shit that, and I used to pretend like I didn't like it, but that's attention. So I'm just like, okay, stop pinching me, like, but that's law. So yada yada yada, all this happened, and he's telling me this stuff, and I'm just sitting here like, I can't even think of nothing. Like my brain is so shot. So I'm like, can I just like call you tomorrow because like I just really can't do this right now. He was like, okay, that's fine, take all the time you need. So I hang up on him and I automatically tell Dean. I automatically like call Dean. I text Dean and John. I'm like, I'm finna kill myself. Cause y'all know how dramatic I am. I'm like, I automatically like, instead of going from 1, bitch, I go to 100. I'm finna kill myself. And then they was like, girl, what happened? Like, cause we play like this all the time. So they thought I was joking. Then I sent a voice note. I was half tears. I was like, no, bitch, this is not a drill. Like, I'm really like really hurt as fuck. So they come upstairs, they come up here, and at first I wasn't crying. But when some people console me, that makes me cry. So I'm in this bitch crying my eyes out. They comforting me. So they was like, let's go get some Rellos. Let's go smoke. Let's go get some Rellos. I'm like, okay, like let's get out the house because this shit really making me going crazy. Cause keep in mind though, this is around 12 o'clock now because like it's late as hell. So luckily the Quick Trip was still open. So we drive the Quick Trip, yada yada yada. They give me like, and we have like, I'm actually like good by that night. So this happened, and then the next day come, and I text him this long paragraph, basically like I'm telling him like how I feel, like I'm basically like telling my piece, like how like my standpoint is, like how I feel like I've had to change so much for him, and how I've been changing so much about my personality to like, and how I am and how I react, and how I'm like, basically I've been changing so much to cater to him and his needs and what he wants. Like I've changed up how I kiss, I changed up how I hang out with my family, I changed out how I'm sitting here undespising moves. Like I'm canceling, like on graduation day I was supposed to go to an escape room to like get out, but nobody really wants him around. Like, well, not nobody don't want him around, but it's just like I don't want to like put it in another situation where like he come to another move and he be like standoffish again because my friend's there. So I was like, okay, never mind, I'm not going to the escape room anymore. So my mom ended up throwing me something at the house. So So keep in mind, that's my graduation day, because y'all know I just graduated college. So, am I speaking to a brick wall? But no, I'm basically like telling, I'm like actually canceling shit, like actually canceling having fun, doing stuff to like, cause I want to spend time with him. Like I'm in a relationship and I know on the weekend I want to spend time with him. Like that's, but basically he told me this point. He was like, I had ended up telling him like, I was supposed to go to the escape room, but I had like not went because I wanted to spend time with you. And he was basically like, if it ever comes down to going to a move with your friends and spending time with me, choose hanging out with your friends, because if it comes down to it, I'm gonna hang out with my friends. And I was just like, I was really taken aback, because it's just like, damn, you gonna put your friends, but like, I know we like fresh, but it's just like, bitch, in the end, is your friend, is they doing that? Like, is your friend doing all this shit that I'm, you know? So, yada, 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 this shit happened. So, okay, yes. So I text him this paragraph, and he like, can I call you when I get off work? So I'm just like, okay, yeah, you can call me when you get off work. So he don't get off until late yesterday. He get off like 8 something. Keep in mind, I haven't really had time to sit and dwell and just be by myself with the fact that like he broke up with me. So I haven't really been feeling it yet, because like now I'm really feeling it, because like I'm alone. But yesterday, the day for yesterday, I had D and John. They was talking to me. That was all up on me. And then yesterday, Jeremiah and Tajan, they was talking to me all day. So I've really been like on the phone all day. So I really haven't had time to be with the emotions and send along with the fact that I actually got done. So I'm really feeling that shit now. So he called me around 8 o'clock. He was just like, it was just so many things. I felt like I love you as a person, but I'm not in love with you anymore. Like I feel like there's like some things that like, there's some things about you, like some icks about you that it's just like I just couldn't put up with anymore. Like it was just some things about you that was really starting to make me like, so if I was like, if I didn't like, what's the word? If I didn't address it now, or like end it now, it would have me despising you in the future, because like I sat here and stayed knowing that you wouldn't quote unquote change. So I'm sitting here like, damn, this nigga telling me it's icks about me, and he was like, it's like, and I was like, okay, well, with a relationship, you're supposed to tell me what the things are, and like give me at least a chance to like at least try to change what it is that you don't like, because just like in a relationship, you work through stuff and you try to like change the fact of like what they don't like so you can make it work. So I'm sitting here willing to change, you know what I mean? I'm so susceptible, you know, my ass. I try to make everything peacekeeper, make everything work. So I'm like, he was like, well, a change like that don't happen overnight. Like a change like that don't happen overnight, because it was like a change in your person. It was like what he wasn't like was personality wise. And I'm just sitting here like, and I really wanted to ask him what the icks were that he so-called had for me. But in the end, I didn't want to ask at the same time neither, because I didn't want to dwell on them shits after the fact, because I knew it was over. And if he just told me the icks, then I was just going to be insecure about it, because I'm just going to be saying things like, damn, do I actually do this? Do I actually do that? Is it really something wrong with me like that? Or like something like that. So I didn't really want to ask. So, but in the end, I really hated like how I felt like he strung me along, because he said he'd been feeling this way for months. So, and I kind of felt the shift in his like how he used to act. Like I told y'all, he was more affectionate back then. He was more like, I became the one, like I became him and he became me, because at first I was kind of stiff. Like at first you could tell like in a relationship, I was like, this man, he kind of annoying me. Like, oh, everything he doing is kind of like, so it's just like, and then he waited for me, strung me along, and sitting here like, I feel like feelings can grow and they also can deplete, like his did. Mine's grew, right? His depleted. Like I was sitting here posting him all on my social media. Every day it was a new post, like my man. I was like in love. Like y'all, I can admit that. Like I was like, and then y'all keep in mind, he told me he loved me. One day he got really, really drunk. He texted me, he was like, that's what I love about you. And I was like, wait, really? And he was like, yeah, I love you and shit. Basically like shit like that. And I was like, oh, wait, you for real? And then I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah. So I was like, of course, I love him too. Around the post, I was like, I love you too. He was like, wait, for real? You for real? And I'm like, yes. Like around the time. So keep in mind, he was so drunk that night that I had a day or two went by, and I was like, you remember when you told me this, yada yada yada? He was like, told you what? And I was like, that you love me. And then he was like, no. And then after that, like, and then when we was having the conversation, like the breakup conversation, he was like, I hate that I told you I loved you because around that time I wasn't really feeling it, I guess. That's what he was basically trying to say. And I'm just like, wait, so why would you say that if you didn't feel it? Especially like, you don't say shit like that to a person because it's just like, that's like, it's like some words, like that's some deep shit. So I just hate that he struck me along. I'm reading my script. Yes, y'all, I got a script. I hate how you struck me along for so long. I wish he would have. Yeah, it's like, what I would just hate how you like strung me along for so long, and like I wish he would just let it go when he started feeling those feelings, because like if he would have let me go around the time she started feeling the feelings, I wouldn't really feel like the way I feel now. Because back then when he so-called started feeling these feelings, I wasn't really pressed about it. Like I was just like, you know, I was in a relationship, but it wasn't like I wasn't really deeply involved, because like my emotions, like I feel like my emotions take time to build up. And my emotions, he waited until the time my emotions started to like get really deeply involved to started trying to pull this bullshit. So I'm just like, why did you sit here and string me along for all these months when you could have just told me from the jump what it was? And then he was just like, when he said that, he said, and he ended up telling me, I was like, okay, as I asked him, I was like, why can't you just tell me from the jump? He was like, well, he had to make sure he was actually feeling this way, and it was just, and make sure it wasn't just like small things. And I feel like if you ever get that thought in your head, like, I don't think I like this person anymore, I feel like, bitch, you don't like me. Because if you ever get that thought in your head that you don't like me, nigga, you don't like me. Like, that's law. So it's just like, so he was like, feeling that way, and then how I said, like, and I was like, okay, and then I was willing, I was even willing to change myself. I was just like, fuck, I'm stuttering. I'm like, yada yada yada, like, let me know what it is, cause like, if it's like a problem, I'm willing to change what the problem is, because it's like you have to work shit out in a relationship. Like that's, in order for it to work out, you have to work. Like it's called working it out for a reason. So I'm like, what is it? He was like, you can't shift something like that, because like it's personality wise, like it's shit like about you that's starting to make me like ick. And I'm just like, nigga, I've been the same way from the jump. You've seen my personality be the same way from the jump. So a point that he made was the fact that I'm an introvert. He didn't really like that I'm an introvert, quote unquote. But nigga, you've known how I've been from the jump. I've been the same way. He asked me what I'm doing. And he said he started to hate asking me what I'm doing, because it was always the same thing. Nigga, because it always is the same thing. If you ask me what I'm doing, I'm in this house, or like applying for a job, or hanging out with my brothers. It's always the same thing. They know I don't really go out, because I don't really have friends like that. Like when I don't really talk to people like that. So it's just like, in the end, what can you possibly do that's so different every freaking day, especially with prices raising on everything? Like, it's just like, that's so unrealistic to expect a difference and change every freaking time you talk to somebody. Like, I tried to switch it up. I tried to be different. I tried to like get out and do shit, but it's just like, there's so much thing you can do. There's so much running to Walmart. There's so much dropping my brothers off at work. There's so much doing the same thing over and over again before you just realize you're sitting here wasting gas. Like, what is the point of sitting here just jumping up and doing nothing for no reason? So I'm sitting here like, yada yada yada. And keep in mind, y'all, I'm defending this man to everybody. I'm sitting here making up lies to defend him. Like, folks that ask me, they be like, where's your bro? Why he ain't coming out the room? I'm sitting here like, y'all, he sleep, he tired, he been working all day. This man is not tired. He is not sleepy. Like, and I'm sitting here like making lies for this man, because it's just like, I look like a damn fool. I'm looking like a fool overall, because it's just like, I'm doing this defending, and he's sitting here not even trying to work through anything. And keep in mind, what really icked me is the fact that he said he had been discussing this with his friends for a while. So his friends probably think in his mind, it's a bitch that don't know how to keep his man. Like, what? I'm sitting here like, dog. Like, I'm saying, that's all I could think about. He was like, yeah, I have been discussing this with my friends for a while. I'm just like, why is you telling them our business? Like, now I just look like a bitch that can't keep my shit in check. Like, cause like when it came to me on relationship shit, I kept my stuff personal because it's just like, what do I look like just spreading all of my stuff that we go through around? Like, that's just like, it's not a relationship anymore. It's a everybody ship. Like, everybody knowing what you got going on. And then in the end, I feel like, honestly, I can't even describe how I'm feeling right now. Like, this feeling is like, sucks because it's just like, I actually was putting myself into this. Like, if I wasn't really like caring about it and I was like being like nonchalant and I was just playing the whole time, I wasn't cheating. I cut everybody off. Like, I'm cutting all these men off that's trying to talk to me. People trying to talk to me. I'm sitting here ignoring the hell out of folks. For what? For him not to like me? Like, and now it's just like, I don't even want to like just try to start over and just pique interest with folks. Like, I don't even want to start over anymore because just like, what's the point? Like, I sat here and wasted months out of my life for what? Just to like sit here and end up in a predicament to like sit here and give more than I've been getting. Like, that's honestly what it's been doing. Like, I've been giving more love, giving more time, giving more like, it's just like, of course he had to drive down here, but it's just like, sir, I can't drive down there. Your family don't know about me. And if we do drive down there, he was like, I can pay for us a hotel or Airbnb. Why would I come down there to stay in a hotel or Airbnb when I can stay in my house for free? You can just come down here. What kind of sentence does that make? Like, it's not adding up. So, y'all, I feel like I don't stretch this on for too long because I can really talk about this all day. But in the end, I got dumped like a fucking piece of shit on the side of the road. And I don't want to talk to nobody else. Like, I tried to sit here and go through that phase yesterday where I was trying to like rekindle, rebond with everybody, trying to just jump back into like old habits. And this shit just don't even feel right anymore. Like, after being in a relationship so long, actually like cutting people off, it just feel like they probably in their mind like, damn, what this hoe want? Like, he trying to come back after like cutting me off and not talking to me. And I'm just like, damn, what did I do that for? But I feel like I don't held y'all on for too long. This man broke up with me and I didn't get shit out of it. Like, he gave me some advice. I got me a car, y'all. But in the end, I just felt like I got my time wasted. But in the end, this wasn't to bash nobody. I was just spreading my piece because I feel like a lot of people was asking me what was wrong and I was giving them surface level ass answers. And I couldn't just shorten it down to just like a minute of just saying the shit. Because just like, this isn't a short answer thing. It's shit that's been going on over and over and over and over again that I've been dead and I've been working it out because I wanted it to work. I wanted it to be years. I thought I seen years like with this. But, you know, you never know how a person is thinking. But in the end, and it just shows like, personality wise, like I said, my personality has been the same. But before you get into a relationship, be friends with a person. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was sitting here like with him, I was like, when I see all the posts that's like, be a friend with somebody before you get in a relationship with them, I was like, I think I can defeat the odds and not do that. Like, and I can defeat the odds and just not do it. And he was just like, it just shows that like, you have to actually know a person before you get with them. Like, you have to know them. Like, and they have to know you. Like, that's just law. Like, just don't do what I did, because then you'll end up with time wasted. And I auto loan on your name. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Shit, I didn't enjoy it. Yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, show all your friends, turn on all post notifications. And yeah, I need to do a thumbnail. Ooh, that'll get them. Bye, y'all.